So the aerodynamics team have released their quarterly information drop about their freeware product, the aerodynamics DC10 and KC10. In today's video, we'll be delving through all of the information, screenshots and videos we've got from this amazing development team in what is set to be one of the most realistic freeware aircraft out there. Without further delay, let's get right into it. Okay, so if you didn't know, Aerodynamics have been working on a KC10 and DC10 for quite some time now. With many active United States Air Force personnel on the team, we're certainly getting a unique aircraft from this team in terms of the links they've actually got to the real aircraft, so hopefully that should guarantee a high level of realism. They're working on the KC10, which will be the first one to be released, the DC10 30F, which is the freighter version, and the DC10 30, which is the passenger version, and some other variants. At the moment this will be for PC only, but who knows, I do think they ruled out Xbox for now, but you never know where the future could take us. And this will be freeware when it comes out, although still some time to go by the looks of it. You can join their Discord down below to stay up to date. So I'm going to split this up into 3 parts. We'll be talking about systems first, then we'll be talking about interior modelling, then we'll be talking about external modelling. And at the end of the video there's a little bonus about an update with the Bombardier Global 6000. So stick around for that one. But let's kick off with systems. So the aim of the aerodynamics team is to make the most out of Microsoft Flight Sim, getting the highest quality systems in there. Now they have got access to some official documents by the looks of it, as you can see from this chart. I mean, it is extensive. They have got a simplified version, which I'll put on the screen in a minute. But you know, you might be able to work out some things here. So we've got bus generators, AC and DC current, all that stuff you'd expect with electronics. So some of you might be familiar with this kind of thing, but I can't explain it in detail. I only know some things that stick out. Now Aerodynamics has said electronic systems are taking priority as opposed to hydraulic systems or fuel systems, and I guess that's because everything sort of runs through the electronic system. You know, if the electronics fail, almost everything else fails in most aircraft, and the KC10 is no exception. So over this drop, over this quarterly period, electrical systems have been the focus, because as they say, they are the backbone to progression to other realistic and functional systems. However, progress has been a little bit slow, but overall, as they say, it's positive, so it's moving on. And showing you the simplified diagram, I'm guessing they've got the fundamentals of this now. If you look at the bottom right corner as well, you'll see some airlines, KLM, Scandinavian and a few others. So I'm guessing, well, as you can see from the top right corner, this is from the operations manual, so this is once again an official document. Let's hope this means we get a high level of realism with the systems in the actual aircraft, which by the looks of it we will be. It's a very complex aircraft, you know, a lot of it's quite old and in the scheme of things outdated, so I'm sure the developers have got their work cut out, but from what they're saying it seems like they've got a grasp on it, so good luck to them. Then moving over to the second bit, we'll be talking about the interior. Now at the start of the year their goal was to enhance their cockpit model to ensure it represented the DC10 better than anything out there. Now by this quarterly drop they haven't fully finished it yet, but they're certainly ploughing on with it. They've even been in the cockpit of what looks to be a simulator, an official USAF simulator, and been using some 3D scanners, as you can see from this photo. Now this is of course ensuring that they make sure they pick up every single screw, every single little bump, every single switch, every single button, to ensure it's up to a glorious standard. Now we do have a little bit of a render here, but as they say, they have fallen behind slightly, so you can see the update, it's pretty good. You know, scale has certainly been improved. Clearly the time spent in the real aircraft cockpit or in the simulator has paid off. They expect to have the cockpit fully finished sometimes between this and the next drop, which is in October. So we've got 3 months until the cockpit is fully modelled. I don't know whether that means they're incorporating systems. Of course, they're going along with systems as we speak, so I imagine it wouldn't take too long to link up if they've got modelling set up and systems set up. But you never know with these things. I'm not a developer at the end of the day. Now finally, the model exterior. This is absolutely beautiful, really good. I'm just going to kick it off with a video of the tail assembly. I'm not going to say anything because I think it says enough. Yes, it looks absolutely fantastic. They've clearly spent loads of time in this. You know, just looking at all the individual rivets, the creases, it looks fantastic. It looks really, really good. They say this is the bit they spent the less time on, so I guess they're really efficient with the external model, and I guess in being realistic, it's not going to take as long as the cockpit. It just looks fantastic. The light interacts with the engine perfectly, moving up to the top of the tail. It really does look great. And of course, you're noticing a bit of wear and tear there, some smudges, some scratches, some dirt. It looks really good, it looks beautiful. This is exactly what we want with an aircraft that's quite a few years old, you know, 30, 40 years old, some of these aircraft, if not more. So it's certainly fitting. You're not going to find one of these brand new clean off the production line. Now with some other photos, some additional shots, and indeed some shots of the engine and the aircraft as a whole in the Amiga tanker livery and some USAF liveries. It looks really beautiful, interacting with the external environment pretty well it seems, with particle effects such as contrails coming out, and the ability to link up to a little F-16. We're getting a look into the fueling window. It's really, really exceptional. It's really standing out as a promising aircraft. My favourite shot would have to be two F-16s, I believe, with one of them hooking up to the back of the KC10 to slurp down on some beautiful aviation fuel. It's really, really promising. I wish the team all the luck they need, although I'm sure they don't really need it because they seem to be doing an awesome job. Remember, this is coming to Microsoft Flight Sim on PC for free, and the first one to be released will be the KC10. Will we get it by the end of the year? Well, I haven't got a crystal ball, but they seem to be progressing on at a pretty good rate, and if they're working on systems at the moment, then if they all come together at the same time, it could very well be possible. I'm very excited for it, and I think you should be too. That's all it from the aerodynamics team with their June drop. I hope you've learned a lot as much as I have. It's a really promising project. Last thing I want to say, an aircraft I spoke about on a recent video, literally the other day, the Bombardier Global 6000 or E11A, depending on what one we're looking at, it's had a bit of an update, and now the cockpit's pretty good. Now you've seen this aircraft in the back of the video for most of it, speaking about the KC10, just because it's a military jet, and I thought it suited its topic of discussion. And as you can see, the cockpit looks a bit better, so it's nice to see the developer is very swiftly improving this aircraft. I wish them all the luck with it. You can download the product for free off flightsim.to with the link in the description. For me today, that is all. I hope you've enjoyed, I hope you've learned something. I'm very excited for the Aerodynamics KC10 and DC10. If you are, join their Discord, and also remember to check out the Bombardier aircraft I just talked about. I know I've been a bit of a roll with videos lately, but I've got plenty of spare time, so I thought I'll make as many as I can while ensuring a good level of quality. Be sure to check out my Amazon affiliate links down below to see what I use to fly, film and edit. You don't have to pay anything more. I just get a bit of commission, which is a great way to support the channel. But of course, liking, subscribing, commenting and just watching is always enough. I'll see you around. Bye bye.